Do you have bad habits when it comes to buying and using your handbags? If you say yes, then stick around because I can help. That's not true. I can't help. I have enough bad habits of my own. But if you're like me and you have some bad habits and you want to commiserate, keep watching. And if you don't have any bad habits and you just want to feel superior, that's okay too. So grab a cigarette and a beer, turn the volume up really loud, and let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as I mentioned, I'm going to be talking about my bad handbag habits today. I've got 5 of them for you, and we're just going to get right into it. The first bad habit is falling for trends. Now, this comes with the territory. When you collect handbags, they're always releasing new ones, and some of them are very, very trendy. So everywhere you look, television, movies, videos, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everybody's got this new bag, and you get sucked in and you get what I call that infatuation, and you just want to get the bag. But a lot of times it turns out to be a real mistake. Now, I'm getting much better with this bad habit. I haven't made this mistake in a while, but I'm still looking on my shelf. I could see a couple areas where I have gone wrong. Usually what happens with the trendy bags is that they are very specific shapes. For example, if you remember in maybe the past couple years, we had the circle bag, we had the vanity case, we have those dumpling shaped bags that Bottega has been releasing recently. There was the tiny little Jacquemus bag, and now we have the Chanel 22 bag. Even the Gucci Marmont, to an extent, was very much a trendy bag. So all of these bags are very, very popular, but the problem is that sometimes they don't work for you. And you know, that's happened to me too. I had some really bad experiences buying bags that I desperately wanted and then finding out they just weren't for me. But as I mentioned, I'm getting better at it, and that is probably because the price of handbags has just skyrocketed lately, and I really don't want to throw down a couple $1,000s for a bag that I know may be a trend. But recently, a couple years ago, I was sucked into the vanity bag from Louis Vuitton. I wanted it desperately, the reverse monogram. I thought it was so cool, so trendy, so hip. I just, my life would be better if I had this bag, but I couldn't get my hands on it because it was so popular, sold out everywhere, and consequently I ended up buying like a substitute, which is this bag here from Coach, and this one only cost me $100. And after I bought this, used it a couple times, I realized that I was not going to get my money's worth if I actually kept pursuing getting the Louis Vuitton bag, because as cute as it is very minimal when it comes to size. Now, you can carry some stuff in there, but it's not going to be a good everyday carry, not for someone like me who carries a ton of stuff. And it's very, very structured. So if you want to wear a crossbody, it's really not very comfortable because it's so hard. I like my crossbodies, if I wear them, to be very soft and mushy so they don't bother me in any way. So I discovered that as cute as this shape is, it's probably not going to be something that I'm going to be reaching for every day. And so I didn't fall for that trend, but I have fallen for some others before. And this is a habit that I definitely want to break. My next bad habit is buying without trying on. To be fair, I don't live anywhere near a luxury mall of any kind. I'm 2 hours away in either direction from places where you can actually try on and buy luxury handbags. So I do have to buy my bags online a lot, and usually I do pretty well, but a recent purchase just drove home the fact that you really can't be sure until you try it. And this is the bag I'm talking about. I've spoken about it before. This is my YSL small puffer, and I love the bag. It's beautiful. I love the feel of it. I love the look of it. However, if I had actually tried it on before I bought it, I would have realized that this is going to be too small for me because the opening is very small. I do have it stuffed, so let me just get the stuffing out of there. The opening is quite small and it is hindered even more by the weight of the strap. So I do have a difficult time getting in there and reaching for my things, and I find that when it is packed, it's also difficult to close. So I know in retrospect that I definitely should have gotten the larger size. Now, I spoke about this as potentially a bag that I was going to sell. However, the offers that I got from Fashionphile were kind of lowball, so I'm going to have to hold on to it for a little bit longer until I can get a little bit of a better price for it. But I do anticipate selling this bag and replacing it either with something larger, like the medium size of this bag, or maybe something else like a Chanel 19. So lesson learned: unless you have really tried it and you really are sure that it's going to work for you, you probably shouldn't buy it online without trying. Another bag that falls into that category is, of course, my Chanel reissue. I did not try this one before I bought, and I learned the hard way that the double flap just drives me crazy, and I'm probably going to move along with that one as well. Again, lowball offers from Fashionphile, so I'm going to hold onto them for a little bit longer. But that's my second bad habit. Next time I'm going to definitely try it out first. Okay, my third bad habit is neglecting my handbags. Now, there was a tag that went around a couple months ago, and I did do that tag, so you guys know that I am very guilty of neglecting some of my handbags. These two, for example, especially this one, my Chanel reissue, I do neglect it. I have to force myself to carry it because it just doesn't function well for me. But I have a shelf full of bags, and you can only see a few of them here. But this is one that I've been neglecting for quite a while now. That is a Louis Vuitton Citadine. I have a couple tote bags over here that I have been neglecting. This Tivoli over here I have neglected. So I am not a person who easily switches out of handbags. Once I get comfortable with a handbag, I don't even want to fuss around and fool around with switching out, which I know sounds weird since I have a handbag collection, but still, I really have to talk myself into it and force myself into switching my handbags. I recently switched out of my beautiful Louis Vuitton Speedy B in the empreinte leather. I'll grab her here because she's so gorgeous. And I was carrying her for a solid 5 months, and I finally switched out the other day. So I am getting better at this bad habit as well. But looking around, I still see loads of bags that are being neglected, and that's a shame. So I've got to do better with that habit too. My fourth bad habit is, I don't know, maybe this one's unique to me, but I don't completely empty out my handbags. So this bag, for example, my little Burberry, I spoke about it a couple of videos ago. I had never mentioned it before because it's so old and it's been sitting on my shelf, but when I looked in it, it's like a time capsule in here. I found a bunch of stuff. I found lots of concert tickets. I guess this was my concert bag. It's so tiny, you don't have to worry about it. You just stick it under your arm and go, but I have concert tickets, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Chris Cornell, brochures, and ticket stubs and everything. So it is a little bit of a time capsule. Like I said, I also have this little Louis Vuitton pouch. It's fake. It's fake. Don't tell anybody. But I have known in the past that I have taken out a bag that I haven't used in a long time, and I find sunglasses that I thought I lost, I find hairbrushes, I find money, I find mints, which of course you have to throw away, and gum, and just, you know, all kinds of things. Pencil cases, heaven only knows. I don't know why it is, but when I am moving my belongings from one bag to the other, I can't seem to kick everything out of the bag. And so they sit on my shelves and, you know, get neglected and get lost. But that's another habit that I really have to do something about. Empty out my handbags. And my last bad habit is walking around without my bags closed, and I do this especially when I am using a flat bag. I don't know why. Well, yes, I do know why. It's because I always have to have access to my sunglasses or my reading glasses. And this is why I love bucket bags so much, because bucket bags are just naturally open to begin with, and so you can just stick your hand in, take your glasses out, put them on, take them off, put them back in easily without fussing and worrying about the clasp. But with a flat bag, you can't really do that because you've always got this flap in the way. So you will often find me, if I'm carrying a flat bag, with my bag hanging wide open. And in the grocery aisle, for example, I was checking out, bent over, the whole bag just emptied on the floor, phone, keys, wallet, you name it, all fell out of the bag because I had not clasped my bag. So that is another one of my really bad habits. It's also bad to tempt thieves too, I think. So just not smart, no matter which way you look at it. So that's another habit that I have to get out of. I have to start closing my bags. So that is it for my 5 bad habits. What are your bad habits? I should make this into a tag video. So if you are interested in sharing your bad habits with the world, definitely consider yourself tagged and go ahead and tell us what your bad habits are when it comes to buying and using handbags. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you have any comments or questions, leave them for me down below, and give me a like as well. So I will see you in my next video. Take care.